Hello, hello, hello. This is Sir David the Bard. I'm out here at Magic Mountain out in Valencia where this movie star crashed his car there. His buddy was driving, I guess. It's right out here by Magic Mountain. I've been on that road many, many times. And it is kind of deserted. It's a very nice road, wide, and nobody's there during certain hours because it's all industrial. Anyway, I wanted to bring up a couple of points. Let me not be the total asshole that I am. Let me bring up, Walker. Yeah, this Walker guy that got killed. Now, I don't know the guy. Fast and Furious. Hell, I'm slow and boring, so I don't know anything about Fast and Furious. Anyway, the Mormon Church is trying to take credit for, I don't know what, his acting career or his charisma. He was out doing a fundraiser for the Philippine people when this basically happened, and that's commendable. But the Mormon Church said that he was raised a Mormon. But it didn't say, it did say in his adult life he was inactive. In other words, he was an apostate. But the Mormon Church wants to get something in there. Anything. He went by a Mormon church. He looked like he wanted to get with a Mormon girl. You know, they're going to take any straw that they can grab to take some credit for, I don't know. I assume he's a good actor. If you guys like him, that's fine. I didn't miss never seeing the guy. But anyway. Here's what I want to say. I've said to you on many, many times that if you are in Kansas and you're walking in the cornfields of Kansas, it's unlikely that you're going to be eaten by a shark. It doesn't happen a lot in Kansas. There's not shark with little feet that chase your ass in Kansas through a cornfield and bite you in half. It doesn't happen often. Now, maybe it has. Maybe it has. Okay. If you go swimming in Santa Barbara, California, in the Pacific Ocean, and you go way out there, or anywhere along the California coast, you could get your ass eaten because you're in their home. You're in their territory. Now, in the same way it goes with Florida. If you don't want to get eaten by a bear, live in Tallahassee, Miami. I don't think there's a lot of bears there, but hell, if you go to Wyoming or up into Canada, your ass could be bear meat during hibernation. I've watched this with human beings my whole life, and I can't understand it. I can't understand it. People are surprised when things happen to them that the rest of us, now maybe you don't, but I do, the rest of me sits back and goes, holy shit, what did they expect? They're speeding on a snow-packed highway, they go off the road and they die. You don't get a lot of snow-packed highways in San Bernardino, California. It's desert. So anyway, the point I'm trying to make, if there is a point, is this. Walker liked fast cars. I like fast cars, but this Porsche, I guess, was a 2005 Porsche. And Porsches, I guess, are a little bit like Rolls Royces. It doesn't matter if yours is 40 or 50 years old. It's a Rolls Royce. But anyway, this little Porsche, the two of them, it's a two-seater Porsche, I think. And you can throw a baby in the back seat, but not an adult. Had 610, or 602, I guess is the correct term, 602 horsepower. Now, this thing only weighed 30 pounds. The damn engine, it's like straddling. It was a V10 engine. Now, when you put a V10 engine in a little tiny light car like that, it's going to be hard to handle. I had Corvettes, when I was going to college in BYU, and when it snowed, a Corvette was a bitch to try to handle because it's all fiberglass. It's so light it doesn't sit down on the road, and it's the worst car in the world. It's got way too much power, and the wind, you know, when you try to leave a red light, the wheels are spinning. Anyway, why this guy needed a car that's so tiny and so light with a V10 engine in it that it goes... The top speed was 206. 200 miles an hour in a street legal car. Now, you don't buy that kind of a car unless you want to go 200 miles an hour. The speed limit in there is 45. That's what the engineers there in California think is a safe speed. Well, this asshole goes through at whatever. I don't know if he was going over 200. The telephone pole that he hit and cut his car in half and exploded in a fire that they can't even identify the bodies. They have to have a dental chart to say, is this really Walker the star? Well, you know, he wasn't driving, but his friend was. You think Walker would look at his friend and go, holy shit, you're going too fast. Let me out or slow down. But no. They both go 600 miles an hour or 200 miles an hour in a 45 zone. And they have a wreck. What a surprise! What a surprise! It's like being in the Pacific Ocean and a shark comes up and bites your fat ass. I'm not surprised. I don't go out there in the ocean. Yeah, I went 100 once when I was a teenager. Oh my God, I was probably 16. My dad had a pretty new car. Back in those days, in our family, a pretty new car was 10 years old, but I thought it was new. It was new to me. I had a couple of friends in the back seat, got up on the freeway, and jumped up to 100, and then came down. So that was my bad deed in my whole life. And the 5 other wives that I married, those were all bad deeds too. Anyway, don't be surprised. If you ski, you're probably going to get a likelihood of a broken leg or a tree in your head. I went skiing once in, Sundance. Sundance down by Provo, Utah. Robert Redford used to wave at me. I used to drive bus for the BYU kids up to Sundance, and I'd sit there and do my damn homework and graduate from college. Well, anyway, I decided all of these BYU bunnies can go up there and ski. Hell, the Bards should be able to go up there and ski. And they left their shit. These were rich kids at BYU. They left skis and coats and gloves, everything on the bus. So I got free skis, a free coat, and free gloves and a hat. And so I said, hey, you know, I'm going to spend $20, which is more than I could afford in those days. I said to Mitt Romney, can you give me a couple of dollars? Anyway, I got on the chairlift. Now, I'd never been on a chairlift. It went very, very high. And when I looked down, there's no seat belts on a chair. It's just a bar. When I looked down, it was like 10 million miles to the ground. I thought, God, if I fell out of here, I'd probably be hurt. So I decided to go on up to the top, and then, like I said, I'd never been on a ski lift. I've never been skiing in my life, and I've never had a lesson. And after I tell you this story, you're going to go, you should have taken lessons. Anyway, we came up to the top, and that's where you kind of jump off, and you put the bar up, and then you jump off on a little ramp. Well, I jumped off, but I didn't ski down the ramp. I'm going upside down, skis in the air. Well, the next chair people are coming. They're going to ski over my face. And they did. So anyway, I crawl out. Skis are off of me. I'm up on top of the hill there. And I'm going, this can't be that hard. It's like being in the ocean. The sharks don't come in here. So I got my skis back on. After 2 hours, I'm standing at the top of this ski run, and Okay, now how do you do this? I said this to myself. What do you do? Just go down the hill? And I go, hell, I can do that. I was a good water skier when I was growing up in California. I could water ski really good. Used to ski up on the beach and do a jump start from the beach and all those things. But anyway, so I thought that would carry over. It doesn't. It's a very different animal, snow skiing. So I just aimed the skis downhill. Hey, this is going to be fun. And after 10 feet, I'm at 173 miles an hour, and I'm going, shit, I don't remember where the brakes are on this thing. How do you slow down? And so people that were real skiers would look at me going faster than anybody. I mean, this is faster than any downhill racer you've ever seen. Well, the look on my face probably gave me away that the other skiers started yelling at me. Snowplow! Snowplow! Well, I thought maybe there was a truck up there that I was going to hit. Then I remembered, oh, snowplow, that's where you put your skis in and you're pushing the snow out and it slows you down. Well, let me tell you something. When you're going 173 miles an hour and you cross your skis in front of you, it's like a shark biting your ass. I went head over heels, head over heels. I didn't even stop rolling until I get to the bottom of the ski lift. When I picked myself up, my skis were way up there. My hat was up there. My wallet, the keys to the bus, everything were on the mountain. Well, I got up, and, the Bard, he's cool. I stood up like James Bond. That was one of the most embarrassing things in front of all those beautiful BYU girls. And they said, are you all right? And I said, yeah, I'm a downhill skier. They go, well, you're downhill now. I said, I know. So anyway, I was young, and I survived. I didn't get a broken leg. So when you go skiing with no lessons and no concept of skiing, there's a likelihood you're going to go down. And how you go down could be death. It could be comical. It could be anything. So here's what I'm saying. When the speed limit down in Utah now, it's 80 miles an hour, and I think it's 80 in Texas and a few other places. Well, if you're rolling 5 miles an hour over the speed limit, 85, you're crossing the desert very, very quickly. Well, dozing at the wheel when you're going 30, you have some time to correct. At 85, jeez. If a deer jumps out in front of you, you just go, take the wheel, Jesus. Take the wheel, Jesus. He's coming through the windshield with a smile on his face. That deer in the headlight look. At that speed, you're going to go off the road very, very quickly. So if you've got a Porsche and you need a car that will go 206 miles an hour with over 600 horsepower. Now that's a lot of horsepower. A V10 engine, that's a going engine, and I think it's fuel injected and probably bored and stroked with a blower on top. Who knows? Who knows? But you die. You die when you drive reckless like that. You got a friend that he's got his head up his ass, and he's driving like that. You need to say, hey, friend, with head up your ass, don't drive like that. But Walker didn't. He didn't, and he now looks like he's been barbecued. I'm not making fun of a death. What I'm making fun of is idiotic people doing idiotic things and then being surprised. You're all too young. You don't remember Evel Knievel. I remember Evel Knievel. He broke every bone in his body. He used to jump over 82 buses, school buses, on a motorcycle. Now, that could be considered a fairly dangerous vocation. And it was. He crashed many, many times, and people went to go and they buy tickets for $25 and hope that he dies and they'll get to see it. And then he got tired of jumping buses, so he decided to jump the Grand Canyon. Now, when you say to a normal person, I'm a pretty good motorcycle rider, and I'm thinking of jumping the Grand Canyon, people like me go, you got shit for brains? That ain't going to work in a million years. Oh, yeah, I'm riding on a rocket. I said, you got a rocket between your legs, and you're going to jump the Grand Canyon. Yeah, well, he attempted to jump the Grand Canyon, but he didn't. He didn't die. He wished he was dead when they picked his poor body up at the bottom of the Grand Canyon. Anyway, what I'm saying here is that if you jump out of an airplane with a parachute, the parachute probably will open most of the time. But there's a chance that you got a Friday parachute. The guy that was folding your chute went home early at 2 o'clock and he just wrapped it in there like dirty laundry. You pull the ripcord and you go, holy shit, there's dirty laundry. There's not even a parachute in there. So, you know, we get what we earn. We get what we earn. Certainly, thrill riding and seeking fun and whatever, there's an appropriate time and a place for that. Even in Indianapolis, you'll see somebody killed now and then. Back more in the old days. Today, there's so much safety equipment. So anyway, if you scuba dive, watch out for sharks. If you jump out of airplanes, make sure you have a chute and not dirty laundry inside the chute. And if you have a V12 car that goes over 200 miles an hour over there in Valencia and Magic Mountain, you could have got on the roller coaster and gone, you know, 90 or 100. You didn't have to do 100 on a public street. You're lucky you didn't kill somebody. Well, you did kill somebody, yourself and your friend. So anyway, don't go in the ocean if you smell like shark food. Don't be surprised. Don't be surprised. Okay, you heard it from the Bard. Anyway, this guy, the Mormon Church, is trying to get credit. I don't know, for his stupidity, for his lack of judgment. I don't know what they're trying to get credit for. Thanks.